Swami. So that just got over now, and that's why I've just come back. I think this is arranged. Not I'm not sure arranged by Krishna or motivated by Krishna, but we had a good podcast. My dear friends, today's topic of discussion is from intellectualization to realization. What is the topic? From intellectualization to realization. And with that note, I would like to welcome you to this session. Sip Anna, Natarajan, Sip Sachin, Sip Siri, Sip Sadanand, Sip Siba, Sibaji, Sip Kamalji, Sip Chidanand, Sip Harshal, Sip Lalita, Sip Tejaswani. I think you're new. Welcome to the call. Sip Samatma, Sip Ahem, Sip Girish Ananda, Sip Chotwani, Sip Premchandji, Sip Sukhi, Sip Saroja, Sip Krishna. So all so many divine souls with divine names. Sip Siva, Sip Parvati Amma, Sip Bliss, Sip Gigi, Sip Prakash Sip, Sip Sagai, Sip Jyoti, Sip Ritu, Sip Ru Mataji, Sip Meenakshi, Sip Sanjay, Sip Aim, Atma and Mahek, Sip Rekha, Sip Lakshmi, Sip Atmatray, Sip Esru, Sip Chitra, Sip Sundar. I like to call you Sundar. Sip the rest of you whom I cannot see on the call, but I welcome you to this session from intellectualization to realization. So, how many of you have questions to ask or comments to make? What is the journey? What is the journey from intellectualization to realization? The questions that I ask you are: is intellectualization required? Not required. What is the connection between intellectualization and realization? If we have intellectualization, is it realization? Is it if there is realization, then do we still need intellectualization? It's a very deep subject. And how many of you understand the meaning? You can also attempt to speak. What is this whole journey of intellectualization to realization? And if you don't want to talk on this subject, then you can talk on birth, death, God, karma, rebirth, Prabhu, moksha, nirvana, uh, anything that you like. But we have got, right now, we have got Siri and Atmatray. Siri and Atmatray. Let us start.
Shivam
And
Guruji.
then Deepika. Yes, Deepika. Shivam, Siri.
Intellectualization means we have understood the subject. By realization means, is it that we should get that spark, then only it is realization?
So what do you think? You are asking me or you're telling me?
No, I am asking because realization means I have realized that I am not the body, mind, and ego. I am.
Best question.
Suffering
Best.
suffering does not come. Even if suffering comes, I just tell it is not for me. It is for the body. Earlier, I used to have mental suffering. Now, no mental suffering at all because when the mind does not exist, there is no suffering at all. So there is no mental suffering now.
So intellectualization is understanding this.
Yes.
So intellectualization is saying that there's no suffering. But realization is when there is no suffering.
No, but I don't suffer. No, now see, previously when the mind comes, I used to tell, okay, this is I'm having this problem, this thing, that thing. Now I never say that. Is it that I have realized?
Yes.
Or
Yes. That is realization. See, intellectualization is knowing that the body, I am not the body that will pain. Now I'm telling you, suppose you know intellectualization, you are going for root canal, but you are many people they jump when they go for dentist, they are jumping.
this is even I
But
used
they
to
are,
previously, but now nothing. Even when I told no after when I had that because the surgery itself, I thought I left everything to save, and everybody was surprised seeing me.
no, so see, that is realization. And that is see now from realization,
Hmm.
next step is enlightenment. So realization, no, Raji, it'll take me some time to say Siri. Yeah? So Siri, so realization means I realize this, I realize this, I realize this. Enlightenment is I can I can see Sipinol, I can love Sipinol, I can serve Sipinol. The highest level of realization is enlightenment. When you reach that late state of enlightenment, then there is liberation. Then you are in a different state of being. And I'm telling you, even every time I do a podcast, I feel we are all blessed and members of this call also, because many, even the Swamis and other things, they may not be at level where you are. You are very blessed. The people in this call, so many masters, you all have grown and you have been blessed and you all are committed and you are awakened. So it's a huge blessing from SIP. So understood. So intellectualization is knowing, realization is doing. Intellectualization में सभी मालूम है, सभी मालूम है. But malum is not enough. That malum it has to be in deeds. It has to be in action. Okay. But it's a very important topic. So let me see what people talk. As I told you, we don't have to stick to this one topic. We can go here and there. Atmatray. Thank you, Siri, for starting. Atmatray and aim.
Shivam, sir.
Shivam.
Sir, I think intellectualization is accepting what you are talking,
And then?
but and realization is living.
Okay, good.
Uh,
Good statement. So what is Atmatray telling us? Intellectualization is accepting. Means, yes. I accept. I am not body. I am not mind. I am soul. I accept. But you're not
yes.
living that.
Mm.
So again, a good, um, correct way of interpreting it. So I want you all to be clear one time. Why I'm having this session today? I want everybody to be clear about the meaning of intellectualization. What is intellectualization? What is realization? There must be complete clarity on the subject. Thank you.
Okay.
Aim.
Thank you, sir.
Aim.
Good evening, Guruji.
Yes. Good evening.
I think both are interconnected to each other. Like a person cannot be enlightened without, like, with just having the realization, because realization is completely connected with intellectualization.
Beautiful. Very well said.
Because in intellectualization,
Continue.
sorry,
Continue.
yeah. Because in intellectualization we learn to discriminate the thoughts, and it is all about, like, I feel, being free from mind and ego. And in realization we know that we are just the soul and not the body, mind or ego,
So very
which
right.
leads
What you're
to
saying is
happiness.
that realization cannot happen without intellectualization. Even if realization happens, it must go through that process of intellectualization, because
Right,
the intellect's discrimination must be. What are you going to realize? You cannot
right.
realize. You cannot realize that a buffalo is not a buffalo. No, that's not realization. Is a process which ultimately includes intellectualization. But intellectualization may not lead to realization. But realization will have intellectualization. Got it?
Okay. Yes,
This is what you're saying, right, Mehak?
yes.
Good aim. Well
Thank-
said. Anna, Natraj,
I bow down to you, Guruji.
namaskar, sir.
See, intellectualization is like reading books, so many books on spiritual and other things. But practicing the meditation or sadhana, what we are doing, and applicable in our day to day life will be the realization.
Very,
That will,
very well said. Very well said. So, intellectualization is getting knowledge. You can get knowledge from a college.
yes,
So, Natraj, Anna, have you been there for the 8 stages of realization? Have you been there?
I have not been there.
So, in that session, we spoke. You must first be mumukshu, then
Whether you got,
jigyasu.
whether you got that YouTube.
It's a book, yeah. Book is there, YouTube is there, everything is there.
Okay.
But let me tell you, you must
Yes.
be a mumukshu and you must be a jigyasu. After mumukshu and jigyasu, you become a jnani.
Yes.
What is jnani? Jnani is intellectualization. After jnani, you become a yogi. After yogi, you become a Buddha. Buddha is realization.
Yes.
From jnani to Buddha, you have got two stories. You have to climb 2 stories. From jnani, you have to become yogi, and from yogi, you have to become Buddha.
Yes. Nirvana.
Then, then you reach that state of nirvana. After Sthit Pragya, Jivan Mukta, Satchidananda Atma. It is a
Every
step by step.
everything is our SIP. Whatever we see, it is a shape.
So see, this is beautiful journey. I'm telling you, not everybody is blessed to realize this. So um, anyway, when you'll watch the podcast of today's Swamiji's podcast, you will understand what I'm saying.
Whether it has come in the YouTube.
No, no, it is just recorded today. It will take some time. It will take at least 1 to 2 weeks before it is
Oh, 1 to 2 weeks.
edited. No, because after editing, sound checking, the titling, all that takes
Yes.
time.
Okay, okay. If it has come, I will
Thank you.
see it today
No, no,
night.
no. It will keep. We'll broadcast to you. It's Ru, sacred Ru. Thank you, Anna.
Shivoham Guruji, I
Shivoham.
feel that if intellectualization to a self-realization without a pure heart is a game. It's like too much practicality. Like I feel, what about, do you need the intellect when you have a pure heart?
No, where are you coming from? I didn't understand you about pure heart. Good Jane.
Okay, say like, okay, intellectualization, you said, is it's the thinking power that makes you realize, okay? But there are many people who are so pure at heart and who are not that smart in the intellect and the thinking power. They could also get self-realization with
Yes,
purity.
but that self-realization will include intellectualization. See, let me explain to you. I know what you're talking. Let me explain to you. Suppose there's
Yeah,
somebody who is a very big bhakta.
yeah.
He's sitting in the temple all day from morning to night. Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. All day from they go on, go on, go on every day, morning to night, 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 morning to night. What will happen?
Yeah, they'll get hallucinated to a point.
No. So the bhakti, if the bhakti is true, if the bhakti is real bhakti, then that bhakti will get shakti, and that
Yeah,
shakti will get the anubhuti. In that state of when you get that bhakti which has shakti to get anubhuti, intellectualization happens.
automatically.
Ah,
Okay, what about not a person who is doing only japa, but a pure-hearted person who's always giving, loving,
no
going
use.
out of the way for the world,
No,
for
no
their
use.
family, for the
No,
people. It's of no
they will
use.
no, they don't. Use is there. They will come back in a good karma. They will be born in a rich house. They will be born in a good family. They will come back.
Okay, if they're sacrificing and they're going
No
as a
use.
tyagi,
No
so you mean
use.
to say the intellect is so important? Intellect
Not
means,
see. I'm not saying intellect is important.
yeah,
You're getting it wrong.
yeah, the
I'm
gyan
saying I'm saying intellectualization.
of the knowledge.
Intellectualization of spirituality, not of technology and biotechnology. That is not intellectualization. We are talking of intellectualization en route realization.
See, because like we are listening to you, okay, and we are capable because we've been studying and we love this and we're taking it so much. But there are some very simple nomadic people. They don't use the phone, they don't meet people, they're not educated, but they are doing so much, you know. What
They,
about them? They'll have
they,
to come
they
back.
will get no. They will come back to samsara. They have to come back. There is only one way to escape punarjanam. There is only one way, and that one way is realization and liberation. Otherwise, there is no other way. Please
So
understand.
you,
There is
yeah, but you can't skip the intellectualization to get self-realization.
you can you can go straight to realization, and in that realization, you can get intellectualization. There are two methods. One method is called Gyan Marg, Gyan Yoga. Gyan Yoga
Yeah.
is the method of intellectualization and realization, and Bhakti Yoga is the method of uh, not first intellect realization, which comes with intellectualization. Karma Yoga.
Exactly, because the intellect actually you're feeding in and wasting
Wait,
so much
see,
time, so
Esru,
many
no, Esru.
queries.
Please understand. There are four ways known to the world: Dhyana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga.
Yeah.
I discovered Prema Yoga. How many
In
ways are
fact,
there?
that's the
Five.
best.
No, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can love everybody, if you can love everybody as if you can get realization.
Exactly. That's what I'm asking you. If it's just pure heart and where you
No, but
really
your
love,
no, pure heart is not acceptable term.
okay.
That pure heart should become a loving heart. That loving heart should love
Yeah.
every individual, every soul as if only then.
Yeah.
Yoga is a state of yuj. So the one way, what is one direct way for anubhuti, for realization? Yoga. You be a
Yeah.
yogi. Any yogi can get Prabhu. Any yogi can attain God.
Because
You got unmute, please. You got muted. You got mute. We can't hear you. We
yeah,
can't.
because when you go through intellectualization, everyone doesn't have that much
My
capacity
dear,
or
I'm
probably of
repeating.
feeding in the mind.
I'm asking you the question. Therefore, out of all the yogas, what is intellectualization?
It's realizing, yeah, it's to know,
It's jnana yoga.
yeah, Gyan Yoga.
Everybody doesn't have to come on this call to get enlightened. But how do you? This call is a shortcut. This call is a shortcut to enlightenment. Otherwise, how can you reach state of yoga, and how can you oh, I don't know how to do. I was struggling. I was with my guru for 25 years. After 25 years, after 20 years, he told me, after 20 years, he told, you go for talash. After 20 years. Can you believe?
Exactly.
After 20 years. But after 15 years, he told me, shut your
That's
business.
what, like,
First,
and every time a person grows older, there's new intellect talk. Every different field speaks something different. So it's a lot of time wasted, no? I
no,
mean,
so
like,
there,
that's what I'm saying. If while that happens, Prema Yoga is the best.
if you really have love for God, you will meet the right guru.
Yeah.
Everybody does not meet the right guru.
Yeah.
If you really have love for God, that grace of God makes you reach the guidance of the right master. Then you reach the realization faster. Otherwise, your
Mm.
life is a disaster. So there is
Yeah.
very simple.
Yeah.
Right master, faster. Otherwise, disaster.
Yeah. So
Siba,
basically,
yeah, continue.
intellect is important, right, to get self-realization. That's your
Intellect
point.
is not. Intellect is important, but it is not the only way.
Okay. Yeah.
I told you there are 5 ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
Meditation, devotion, action, education, and divine manifestation. There are 5 methods to be a yogi,
Okay.
and one method is intellectualization. Siba,
Thank you.
Pranam Guruji.
pranam.
Uh, Guruji, you have given me a blissful identity, and with that, I am really blessed, Guruji, and I'm so much thankful to you, because whenever I shut my eyes with that identity, I could feel that bliss, Guruji, and I'm thankful to you for that, Guruji.
Always, सबको बोलो, सभी को बोलो मेरा नाम शिवा है अभी से.
हाँ, I said to my people around me, I said them, Guruji. Guruji, and intellectualization means you know, but you have no anubhuti. You know everything everything about the knowledge, everything you know, but you cannot apply, and you have no anubhuti.
Beautiful.
And see the asar of that name, Guruji.
No, name can change the game.
Yeah, name can change.
Your new name can change the game.
Yeah.
Many people I have given the name,
Yeah.
but the people are shy to use the name. I know people I have given the name of a god or a goddess. I have given the name, but many people, they are shy to use the name. Kya karna? That's why it's not about getting a name. It's about being that. It's
Guruji,
very important.
Guruji, in 2 days I am observing, Guruji. Everything is all the conditions are making me blissful, Guruji. And
Very
the secondly, I have to tell Guruji, if you contemplate a lot, that what is consciousness, what is realization, what is how to still the mind, how to meditate. If you contemplate on it, the realization is possible, Guruji.
Yes, absolutely. See, people are only contemplating आज पाव भाजी कैसे बनाना, आज वड़ा पाव कैसे बनाना, आज बिरयानी कैसे बनाना. People are only contemplating on meaningless things now.
Yeah, Guruji.
तो आई एम आस्किंग क्या फर्क पड़ता है? तुम पराठा खाएगा या भटूरा खाएगा, क्या फर्क पड़ता है?
No, no, not at all. Only lust, taste. And
Enjoy it, but attention must be on sip.
sip, Guruji. And if you contemplate and to make this realize to contemplate how to be in consciousness, how to still your mind, and to apply them, that will take you to the next step of realization, Guruji.
You know what happens, Bala? सिबा हमारे को ना सिबा, अगर 1 घंटा बरोबर हमने फास्ट चार्जिंग में मोबाइल चार्ज किया ना, तो पूरा दिन हमारा मोबाइल का चार्ज चलता है.
Yeah.
1 घंटा ये जूम कॉल में आके हमारे को रिचार्ज हो गया तो
it will work for 24 hours.
अगर if we are sincere.
Yeah, we are sincere.
But अगर some people in this Zoom call, they will switch off the video, then they are eating biryani. The biryani हो गया, फिर Zoom call on हो गया, फिर they will say, oh गुलाब जामुन आ गया, फिर camera off, गुलाब जामुन खा रहा है. So obviously attention is half now. I don't mind it. It is better than being absent. It is being present is better than being absent. But being fully attentive to the call is very, very important.
No point na Guruji sitting over here and diverting your mind everywhere. That means mentally, physically you are there, but mentally you are aware.
You are a pauper. You are a prisoner of pleasure, people, and possessions. This is a pauper. For example, I'll tell you, yesterday it happened to me. Example, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I don't use cash. I don't touch cash. But I went for surgery, so I used my card. Suddenly, I came after my retreat. मैं देखा कार्ड गुम हो गया, कार्ड गायब हो गया. मैं बोला पता नहीं कहाँ गया कार्ड, कहाँ गया. I'm searching. फिर I realized I spent lakhs of rupees on that card.
Yeah.
Then I realized the day I did eye surgery, I gave card to an important finance controller. You please pay the bill.
Yeah.
वो फाइनेंस कंट्रोलर अपने जेब में रख दिया कार्ड. तो मैं तो 5 मिनट, no, only for 5 minutes में बोला कार्ड का. I was not worried ना, but 5 minutes how we can get distracted from our. I'm giving an example. How sometimes 2-3-4 मिनट मेरा ध्यान तो हट गया ना.
Yeah, and you get disturbed.
I said I don't get disturbed, but फिर मैं फोन देखा, अरे कोई चोरी किया कार्ड तो 1 लाख 2 लाख SMS तो आना चाहिए ना. I don't even see SMS. मैं SMS भी नहीं देखता हूँ. Okay, continue. Good.
And Guruji, I have to tell you, in the morning, Guruji, I finished with my pranayama and I was speaking to my teacher, Guruji. At that time, I just shut my eyes. I was speaking to her, but I was into complete zero state, Guruji. मतलब मुझे I was getting what is going on in what is going inside. मतलब गुरुजी अंदर की भी स्टेट पता चल रही थी और बाहर की भी स्टेट पता चल रही थी गुरुजी. Which is that state, गुरुजी? अंदर जीरो हो रहा था and everything was so blissful and calm and quiet.
That is samadhi. That is samadhi. That is turiya. That is Satchidananda. Same, different names, but it is one state. In that state, see, for example, today in a podcast we are talking, we are all trying to become happy. How many times I teach you all every day? Oh, today I didn't do Instagram. I forgot. We are today.
Message was there.
Message was there. I was in a podcast. अभी मुझे याद आ रहा है. So
AiR has been for the podcast. So
okay.
No.
तो सिबा, तो क्या होता है? We are trying to become happy. No, we just have to be happy now. All the time, if there is toxic thoughts in our head, if our body is eating toxic food, if the mind is thinking toxic thoughts, how we can be happy? So you are what state? You are in the state of Satchit Anand. You should continue to be in that state. फिर तुम क्या बोलेगी? गुरुजी क्या हुआ ना, ये ऐसा आ गया, ये क्यों लोग ऐसा आते हैं, आके मेरे कॉन्शियसनेस को डिस्टर्ब किया. ना. Nobody can disturb your consciousness without your permission.
I got it, Guruji.
So be stiff. अगर वो आता भी है, 1 सेकंड के लिए आता है, मैं नहीं बोलूँ, अगर आता है आधा मिनट के लिए, 10 seconds के लिए, shut the door.
Yeah, Guruji.
Come back, be very firm in your consciousness.
Guruji, today I practiced one thing, Guruji. After an hour, if that thought comes, na Guruji, I wherever I am there, na, I just sat over there, closed my eyes, still my mind, and just was observing that thought, Guruji. And after few minutes, it went away.
Very good. Well done. Well done. Will. Thank you, Siba.
Guruji. Thank you,
Will,
Guruji.
Will, Deepika, and then Sip Prakash.
Shiva Hangsip. So today we're, I think, talking about what you call Gyan Yoga. And
Yes.
there
Yes.
are, you said there are 5 methods to be a yogi.
Yes.
Raja, Bhakti, Karma, Gyan, and Prema.
Yeah.
But another way to say it is that actually there is only one way to be a yogi, and that is through consciousness.
Yes.
And therefore, these methods are all to attain consciousness.
Correct.
And therefore, what is interesting to note is that each of the paths have a kind of problem, a potential problem. That
Yes.
it can lead to consciousness, but if you get it wrong, it can also block yourself. For example, we've talked many times about the Krishna people who have the devotion. They have the Dvaita, me and Krishna separate,
Yeah.
and they get very angry and even want to get very angry if you start talking about Advaita, for example. But
Correct.
the problem it seems with education also, I mean, I haven't really got time to go through that list with you, but I think each of them has a kind of potential defilement and a potential problem, and can also lead to actually be a blockage. Like with education, it can become, you want to go to university, get degrees, become a university professor, write books, write papers, research, and it doesn't lead to consciousness. It can lead to actually to block, you can get blocked on that path. So I thought I would raise this issue with you.
You have raised the right issue, but you have raised the issue with Jnana, Bhakti, Karma, Dhyana, Prema. You have
Yeah.
missed the vital part of it. What you are saying is a problem of Jnana.
Yeah.
But there is no problem in Jnana Yoga. There is a problem in Bhakti of Krishna Bhakta, but there is no problem with Bhakti Yoga. The word yoga is the magic. The word yoga is that you become a yogi through bhakti. You become a yogi through, see, let me tell you, jnana by itself creates arrogance. Because you say, oh, I know everything. I know. Who's this I know? The ego. But the yogi, the jnana yogi says, I know, I have understood that I know nothing. I am nothing. The challenge is to not just have jnana or bhakti, but jnana yoga, bhakti yoga. Yoga means being in union. When you're talking about consciousness, yoga is the highest level of consciousness.
Yeah. Well, today we're talking about intellectualization, actually, which I think is jnana. It's not jnana yoga, but I think today the topic is for
you are absolutely right. Today what you're talking is only jnana. Absolutely right.
Yeah.
But
I think it would be, I don't know whether you've written a book, but there's always a danger on any path. And I think for any path, you need a guru to see where you're falling into a danger. Each of them has you see with karma yoga, many people, they get into murder and killing. That was what Rajneesh was doing in Oregon. He got into killing the local mayor, trying to get elected to the parliament, and all the many problems. And each of them, I think meditation might be the safest. I can't. There probably even is problems in meditation. I'm not sure, but meditation generally is probably the safest. The Raja Yoga, but the other ones, Bhakti can lead to problems, Karma can lead to problems, Gyan can lead to problems, and Prema, I don't know. I can't. I'm not an expert.
You know the problem of Bhakti. You don't see the problem of Bhakti.
Well, I think you get attached to it. Actually,
the Bhakti is the cause of all the wars.
Really? Yeah.
What is Bhakti? What is happening in Israel and Gaza?
Exactly.
It is Bhakti.
Yeah, exactly. It's very dangerous.
But there's no Bhakti Yoga.
Exactly.
The moment Bhakti becomes Bhakti Yoga, then the difference between religions collapses.
Yeah. Well, I think it implies that you need a guru at all stages, because if you get it wrong.
Yeah, you need a guru because what you said, intellectualization is knowledge, and
Yes.
knowledge is not enough.
Yes.
Intellectualization can lead to pride. Sometimes I
Yes.
think some of the people were talking last few days back that people become magicians. They have siddha. They get siddhi. Siddhi means they get certain powers.
Yes.
No, we don't. That getting those powers is negative. It is
Yes.
not positive. If you
I,
can do some magical power, that's not enlightenment. That is making a fool of yourself.
I wonder if you could write a book on this subject because I think it would be quite helpful to
Yeah,
know.
one book a month, and next week I will tell you my new book. But
Yes.
today we are writing a beautiful book. Now we are writing. I'm completing my book on Sanatana Dharma. You know, I spoke about it, right? So
Yes.
good, Will. Thank you, Deepika, Sip Prakash, and Premchandji. Deepika.
So, thank you.
Yes, Deepika.
Shivam Guruji.
Shivoham.
Actually, I want to tell you something regarding the subject matter, intellectual to realization. This is what it is, intellectualization to realization. The basic differentiation between a human and other species is nothing but consciousness.
Yeah.
So, on the basis of जैसे अपन बोलते हैं आत्म संवाद और में चेतना का प्रभाव होता है तो उस अकॉर्डिंग हम जब विद्या और अविद्या जैसे आपने एक बार टॉपिक बताया था हमको तो उनका जो डिफरेंशिएट हम कर पाते हैं उसके लिए हमें इंटेलेक्चुअलाइजेशन की जरूरत है सो व्हाट इज द बेसिक डिफरेंशिएशन आई मीन टू से like knowing is there then realizing the what is good and what is bad for us I think that is what will take us to more realized self.
See, what I hope I'm understanding your question correctly. See, intellectualization is important. What is intellectualization? Using our buddhi. Using our buddhi. Suppose you're coming on this call. On this call, you understand very clearly. I am not this body. This body one day will die. I will leave this body and I will go. Abhi, you intellectualize it. Correct. If you intellectualize it, immediately in the evening you're going to the parlor to put straighten your hair and doing strands and coloring your hair and you're doing a makeup and you're doing L'Oreal. I'm not saying don't do it all, but I'm saying a person who has realized I am not the body will pay least attention to that. I'm not. If you have pimples, you may go to a skin specialist for your pimples. I'm not saying it's wrong, but spending too much time in the body means that you're only intellectualization. Matlab, you intellectually, I am the soul, I am immortal, I will not die. You know everything, but you're doing the opposite. When the realization comes, na, Deepika, when the realization comes, then you don't do the wrong things. Then you become jagrat. You become awake. Arey yeah, you get a light.
Okay, can I quote something?
Yes.
एक्चुअली अभी रिसेंटली कुछ रील्स था बाबा साहेब का दैट सरदार पटेल सेड दैट कि हमें शासन चलाना है एंड महात्मा गांधी वाज लाइक अहिंसा 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 so that's what exactly happening in Indian politics right now and with all sort of capitalism in the entire world so how to remain conscious of certain thing that we can मतलब मुझे ऐसे जीना है कि मेरी वजह से कम लीस्ट डिस्ट्रक्टिव रहे लाइक आई वांट टू लीव द वर्ल्ड a better place and least destructive in my own being.
The best thing is to realize who am I. I'm telling you, this is the best way because you will become a beacon of light. You will become like a lighthouse. The problem is, let me tell you, Deepika. Now, suppose you want to stop the Russian war with Ukraine. Can you stop it? Even if
There is
Narendra
the
Modi wants to
issue
stop.
with the ideologies.
So you can't change ideology of the world, but you can change your ideology and you can be awakened and you can become a torch of light which will awaken many other people. जो जागृत है वही जगा सकता है.
All right,
So
then I want to quote another thing. Like recently, something happened, and I got to read regarding this. Jaishankar visited Pakistan recently, and it was happening quite normal. It wasn't that much of like it went well. Rather, Pakistani people are usually talk more about Ghalib and forgot Bashir Badr. I mean, I used to study about these things. So Bashir Badr went for the Pakistan movement in 1950, and what we sing usually "Sare Jahan Se Acha Gulista Hamara." This is written by him. Like it is, we still remember Bashir Badr, but the people they forgot that who led the storm of Pakistani movement and got the Pakistan free from India. So, why do people forget those right people more often?
Because it's not a spiritual question, but people are lost in bhoga. The reason, see, of course, I don't relate much to what you're saying. I don't follow it much. But in this call, the whole challenge of life, since you're a seeker, is to realize, Deepika, two important questions. Who am I and why am I here? This is why I'm listening to you and I'm giving you a guidance, even though you're talking politics, other things, because deep within you, you are seeking. You are seeking the truth. So I'm only asking you, please start with this one question. Who am I in reality? Am I Deepika? No, Deepika is just a name. Who am I? This body. This body was born after 9 months. I was conceived 9 months before as one cell. I hope you have heard me speaking about this. If I am that one cell, that zygote, that spark of unique life, then what am I? This body is not me. तो मैं कौन हूँ? When you get this answer, na Deepika, then you will get clarity. How can I leave this world better place? How can I achieve purpose? Please get clarity on this one first. You will be transformed. Who am I? I'm leaving you with one question today. And ask me again tomorrow if you have any question on this subject. Who am I? Thank you, Sip, Sol and Prakash. Thank you, Deepika. Sip, Premchand, Sundar, Siba, second round. Will second round. Krishna.
Namaste,
Sip.
Guruji.
Yes, namaskar.
Every science has got a pure science and applied science. Like mathematics has a pure mathematics and applied mathematics. Physics has pure mathematics and applied physics. So similarly, spirituality, pure spirituality and applied spirituality. That is the difference between intellectualization and realization.
Done. I respectfully accept what you're saying, but I can't explain it the way you are saying. But I accept, okay? Thank you. Well said. Sip is very high, very highly said. I don't know how many of you could understand, but Premchand ji. Thank you, Sip. Premchand ji.
Shivam Gurudev.
Namaskar.
Namaskar. After starting living with Satchit, we become mumukshu. After becoming mumukshu, the intellect is the only word which can make us pass the test of jigsaw of 100 questions created by you. And it needs only the intellectualization. Intellect is the only thing that it can check at each and every point. It can restrict you to where are you going. So by intellect only we can realize. Without intellectual.
Absolutely, 100%. Without intellect, even a realized soul can fall.
Yes, sir. So intellectualization must be each and every question of jigsaw, we have to pass through it.
But Premchand ji, intellect is very, very important tool of discrimination.
Yes, sir.
but अगर पूरा इंटेलेक्चुअलाइजेशन है, हमें सब कुछ समझ में आता है, लेकिन हमें एहसास नहीं होता है.
अगर हम करने, it makes us doing. Without doing it, when it is nothing, it is useless.
So we need intellectualization and realization. And of course, what you are saying, intellect is like a knife. वो चाकू चाहिए. नहीं तो चाकू के बदले we will not have the weapon to cut the ignorance.
Through Gyan Yoga, people may learn each and everything and give sermons, lectures to anyone. But after so long, the realization, intellect is really needed. That where do I stand? Where do I stand?
Where do I stand? You are 100% right. Very well said. Thank you, Premchand ji. Sundar and Krishna. And then Atmanand. Followed by second round, Will and Siva. Yes.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste.
Just what I understand in intellectualization is like is knowing. It's the
Correct.
knowing, and realization is being.
Being or doing. Correct. You're right.
That's what I understand, sir.
So
Like
see,
for
what
example,
happens is, suppose somebody, I meet a Swami, and the Swami is talking all Upanishad, Neti Neti, Tattvamasi, all big words, everything. Does it mean he is enlightened?
no, sir, no.
Maybe he only intellectualization.
Yes, of course.
So what I'm teaching you today, guiding you today, that intellectualization is important. But from
Yeah,
intellectualization, there should be crystallization into realization. That
of course, sir.
intellectualization must become real in our life. And when, for
True.
example, for example, there's a very good story in Rumi and Shams Tabriz. You know Rumi and Shams Tabriz.
Yes, sir.
The guru of Rumi is supposed to be Shams Tabriz. So once Rumi was talking to Shams Tabriz, and he was having a book in his hand. And he told him, see, Shams Tabriz, this book, it has got all the forecasts. How much water is going to come, how much rain, how much this rainfall, this one, that one, that one. Very important book. Rumi was telling Shams Tabriz. Shams Tabriz caught the book and threw it out of the door. Rumi was, he got
Exactly.
upset. He told, Guruji, what you're doing? You took the book and you threw it. He told Rumi, bring the book. Then he brought the book and came. Shams Tabriz took the book and he tried to squeeze the book. He told Rumi, show me how much water is coming from the book. How much water is coming from the book? How much water came from the book? No water. No water is coming from the book. The book is only talking about water. So this is a beautiful example of intellectualization. Thank
Yeah,
you, Sundar.
yeah.
Krishna. Yes.
I want to,
Yes.
I want to give one example, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, from Nepal, there was one person. His name was Pradeep Giriji. Pradeep Giri. He was the politician, and uh, he had so many knowledge. Yeah, might be he was not realized, but he was very close to realization. That's what I understand when I study his book, when I listen his speech. He was very intellectual, sir, and in his late phase of his life, what he used to say, like, I want to forget all the things I know. Just I want to forget that, and I'm not able to forget all the things. I read lots of books, lots of things I did, but I want to forget all the things in my head. But I'm not able. It's not very easy to
Because
forget all the
we
things.
don't have an eraser. No, we don't have an eraser
Yeah.
to erase our head.
So he's very much intellectual, but he was not realized. That's what
Okay.
I understand.
Oh,
And one thing I want to add, sir. Yeah, regarding Osho, sir, in this call, I feel something is a discomfort. Like for example, Will just he said something about Osho without any proofs.
no, we don't.
You know,
We have decided not to talk about
easily,
Osho in this call.
yeah, easily we can't blame, or we can't say negative about him,
No,
sir,
no.
without proof.
I told you, we have decided
That's
that
what I understand.
I am not even letting you talk about Osho because we have decided not to talk about Osho. That is, I will not talk about Osho. Even if you tell something, I don't comment about Osho.
Yeah, but in this call it comes
No, we don't. We are
sometimes,
very
yes.
clear. Anybody can make a comment, but we don't discuss it. Please be
Yeah,
clear.
yeah, we may have many knowledge. He sounds like that,
No. We are
but
we
without
respect
proof,
it.
how
Yeah.
we can blame
No,
someone?
we're not. Nobody is blaming. Nobody is blaming, and we will not blame, and we will not discuss. Okay.
Or I'm not saying like blaming. Might be blaming. The word blaming is not proper in this reference. But without
My dear
proof,
Sundar,
without
my dear Sundar,
how we can talk
let me tell
negative
you,
things
no,
to someone, sir.
Sundar,
That's my point.
when we have no real clarity of the confusion, that's why I used to quote Osho in this call 1 year back. We have decided we after having two podcasts with his brother and his secretary, we have decided we are not going to quote him. That is the end
Yeah,
of the matter.
Yeah, if he was not realized, then why we all
No,
the
my
spiritual
dear
people,
Sundar, Sundar,
spiritual
we are not going to discuss whether he was
teachers
realized or
take
not.
the reference of him, sir.
Yeah, okay. Let's close. Thank you, Krishna. We are not going to discuss Osho. That's the point. Krishna.
Yes, sir, Shivoham.
Yes, Shivoham.
So this journey for us is a journey from intellectualization to realization always. And so मुझे लगता है कि when you say Shravan, Manan and Nididhyasan, it is moving from intellectualization to realization. We
Perfect.
listen to you, we introspect, we contemplate, and especially the two retreats. Though we knew that, you know, what happens at death, we were unable to say. So now you told us, when you realize you don't have to memorize. And then that was a spark which we got in the Pune retreat, that now whatever knowledge comes, we, all of us at the retreat, we don't care about what knowledge comes in between. For us, at death, we are going to be one with SIP. That is a complete realization. And now the first part, we are like, बहुत contemplate हो रहा है. The first part, which the recent retreat told us, you said so. My question is, to understand whether you have realized or not, you have given us, I think, almost 26 self-certification. If still I think I'm the body, then I'm not realized. So all the points you have given us, if I still think this world, कितने बार बोला world में suffering है, फिर भी if you are clinging to the world, you are not realized. If I don't see God everywhere, if I don't see God within me, I'm not realized. So how many points you have given us to understand whether you are just intellectualization or are you realized? Have I realized?
Yeah.
Have I
You
realized?
you may have realized about 20 out of 26, for example. That means in your jigsaw puzzle, 20 pieces are fixed. हाँ, but अभी थोड़ा थोड़ा piece missing है. वो जैसे बच्चा कैसे jigsaw puzzle बनाता है. So, you know, when you I can see the face. Oh, when you're doing, I can see the face, I can see the tail, but some piece is missing. That piece is missing. आ गया वो piece आ गया. Now I can do it. कभी कभी वो एक piece नहीं है. Because वो एक piece किधर और डाल दिया था. I had put that real piece somewhere else. Now when I remove from there, I put it. अभी हो गया, अभी ठीक हो गया, like that. That spark comes. That spark. Once the spark comes completely, Krishna, then you are in that Satchit Anand. You are completely liberated from that. Very well said. But what you said, very correct. Shravana Manana Nididhara. Continue. You want to say something more?
No, because especially even the simple thing of, have I overcome the mysteries of the mind, or do still ego stands tall? The one point is enough to, you know, to self-certify.
See how beautiful it is now. Okay? Now, for example, Krishna, suppose you are getting fear. So immediately in your consciousness, you know, अरे मुझे fear तो नहीं होना चाहिए ना. Fear है मतलब mind है. So you become aware. That means you're already conscious of this intellectualization and you're aware. That does not mean that you are failed. No, that means that you are getting closer and closer and closer and closer. Then one day, fear है ही नहीं, anger है ही नहीं. How I overcame anger? You think it was easy to overcome anger? Oh, I was a monster. I was a monster. Huh?
Yes.
Now my finance controller put the card in the pocket and disappeared. I am laughing. Normally, I would have told the finance controller, hey, dimag hai ki dimag nahi hai? Huh? What is in your head? Is your card or my card? Why you took my card? अभी क्या बोला मैं? अभी वो फाइनेंस कंट्रोलर बोला, कार्ड मेरे पास है. बहुत अच्छा, दे दो, वापस दे दो मुझे कार्ड, बस. अरे नहीं तो उसको इतना चटनी खिलाता, बाला का चटनी में कुछ इतना तीखा नहीं है, इतना चटनी में खिला देता उसको. तो you evolve to that level. और कुछ? Very good. I'm very happy. I'm very happy with your submission. And you know, for me, Krishna, when all of you are evolving to that ultimate peak, now, it's a great joy. I know you all are evolving. Everybody in the evolution slightly. I'm not comparing A to B. Na? Everybody has got, like, suppose one Mount Everest is there. From Mount Everest, there are 100 people climbing from different directions. We don't know who is at what, but everybody is climbing to that ultimate peak. And there's so much joy because in this call, I'm telling you, I meet so many people on podcasts. I see many of them. कुछ बहुत पीस मिसिंग है. हमारे ग्रुप में बहुत सॉर्टेड है. वेरी 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 क्लियर पिक्चर. हाँ, कुछ प्रॉब्लम है. Somebody's clinging to something. I know a person who's completely realized, completely, मतलब इतना ज्ञान है, but कुछ clinging है. अभी वो clinging है तो clinging के कारण, otherwise that person is a completely divine soul. एक clinging के कारण इधर पकड़ गया, एक हाथ था, have you seen one the picture of a monkey? एक सब कुछ है, एक हाथ पकड़ के ऐसा है, swing. नहीं तो that person is like more than a god, goddess. That person is like completely divine. So that is my goal, to reach the ultimate peak. Thank you, Krishna. Atmanand.
Shivam Guruji.
Shivam, sir.
I joined a little late, so I just wanted to listen to your answer because I feel I'm really stuck there. Like,
No, intellectualization. Okay, let me explain to you. You are a stocks man, so I like to give you an example of stocks. So now you have got complete intellectualization, which stock to invest, which stock not to invest. You know, safe investment, not safe investment, what you must, which are the primary stock, which is safe stock, blah, blah, blah. Sab kuch malum hai. What is all that? Intellectualization. Intellectualization. Now one person calls you, your best friend calls you. Hey Anand, blah, 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 blah. Use the damn stock. Now look at the way this stock is falling, man. Anand, you quickly invest in this stock. Damn it, you will really make billions. Tomorrow you will become millionaire. You straight away take your money and you press the button. You put the money and your 1 million becomes 500,000 in one night. Then what is this? You had the intellectualization before also you've done this. Same mistake you've done before also. And you again fall into fell. That means there was no realization. Intellectualization you had completely. I will never make such a mistake that when the stock is, I'm not good in stock business. I'm just giving you an analogy. Don't think I'm ignorant in stock, because I am ignorant in stocks. I have never done stock in my life. But I'm saying many people, they make the same mistake again and again and again and again.
But how to realize what mistake we are doing on the spiritual path? Why that realization is not happening? Will that be a very personal thing for each and everyone, or it is a common set of issues that would be there for everyone?
No, see, so intellectualization is, for example, in the spiritual path, I am not the body, mind, ego. Suppose in this call, Anand, 100%, I cannot brought a penny with me, I will not take a penny with me. You are aware about this? Intellectually, you are completely aware of this?
See, the neti part, I fully get it, right? That I am not the body, I am not the mind. But the other aspect of it, that let's say I am the soul or I am the sip. I mean, from the way it is presented.
I tell you, if you had intellectualization of neti tattvamasi, you would have continued to hair dye. You are stopping hair dyeing is realization, not intellectualization. You got it?
No, I didn't get it.
You stopped doing hair dye, you told me.
Yes.
That is an action. That is not intellectualization of neti. That is realization of neti.
I mean, it's an action, but still I don't have the experience.
If I'm telling you, now I'm telling you, suppose you have complete intellectualization of neti tattvamasi, correct? But every 15 days without fail, you call the hairstylist. Hello, come and put my hair dye. Hey, come put on my hair dye. Hey, come and took my hair dye. Means what?
That realization is not there.
If the realization is there, then?
Yeah, then I think we won't focus on that actually.
See, if I did not have any realization today, I would have still been in the business. Today, I was running a mall. I have declared next year I'm shutting down that mall completely. Even though I'm not involved in the collection of the mall rent. I have told them, shut it down completely. If there's 20% less income, I don't care. Give it to one man, make it into an office building. I don't care. Nobody will run the mall. I want everybody's attention to stop on the mall. So realization means taking action. And intellectualization means knowing it. Knowing without action.
No, but then am I wrong? I thought realization means you should also have an experience or an anubhuti also, right?
Anubhuti comes automatically. Don't worry about anubhuti. Everybody's anubhuti does not have to be a Lakshmi bomb. Somebody's anubhuti may be loud, somebody's anubhuti may be silent, somebody's anubhuti may Sometimes in Switzerland there's a snowstorm, and sometimes there's no storm, but in the morning you wake up, the complete roads are white because it was gently snowing the whole night. So there is no drama bazi in realization. You don't need to have any drama. Done?
Yeah, I
Loud?
got the signed copy of your book. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Good. You had not got it before. First time you are having this book?
Yeah, I'm waiting for the first time I'm getting it, and that too with
Okay,
your
okay.
signed copies. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Will, Ru, Esru, and Siba. 3 people to before we close. Will, Esru, and Siba.
Shivohang Sip. So I was thinking of asking you how you define intellectualization, but while I was waiting to ask you this question, it occurred to me really that if you undertake the intellectual path, the only way you could do it is by having an intellectual guru. Because if your guru is not intellectual, then there's no path for intellectual. Because unless you want to go and talk to some other person who's not your guru, or if you have your guru's permission, but if your guru is not an intellectual, then he would need to designate certain scriptures for you to study. For example, you're intellectual, you seem to cover many of the paths. We can come to this, and this is called intellectual. But if you were not intellectual, you could say go and read an Upanishad or something. I don't know, but it would be very awkward to be an intellectual if your guru is not intellectual. It would seem, did you have to find the guru that suits your character? The advantage with you, because you can't be intellectual all day. If you're intellectual, it's not like you're 24/7 intellectual like that. It's only mixed with other things because you can only do this Zoom call for 1 hour a day. But the rest of the day, you're going to have to do something else, like you do bhakti in the evening. It's a kind of a mixture. But I was going to ask you, like, if someone wanted to be your student, let's take it specifically, what would you define? First of all, what would you define as intellectual? And secondly, what would you designate as not being good? Like, for example, the Vedas are very long-winded and very abstract and not really relevant. But some of the Upanishads are. Is that a question you would like to answer or not?
So what you say is correct. Let me explain to you. First of all, first thing you mentioned, a guru cannot be a guru unless the guru is intellectual. Because the guru is one who takes you from gu to ru, from darkness to light. And without being intellectual, a guru cannot be a guru. A guru cannot just tell you read the Upanishad. It's not workable. Point number 1. Point number 2, today we are talking, I think, a little important to understand. Intellectualization is in fact doing it without a guru. If you have a guru, then you will not have intellectualization. Your intellectualization will become realization. And you are right when you say that, many of the scriptures, the Vedas, there's so much clutter and there's so much misinterpretation. So it is the guru that can pick out the essence of it and give you what did my guru do? Will my guru in an email sent me a one-liner. He said, man minus ego, self equals God. God plus ego or self equals man. So that's my master was very intellectual, but he was not intellectual for everybody. So of course we have reached the end of the call, but you have spoken of many questions, but at 9 o'clock I can't start.
Could I just raise one point?
Yeah.
And this is that intellectualization has to lead to silence. Because if it just leads to more and more intellectual, you're not going anywhere. It has to lead to consciousness. It has to lead to silence.
If intellectualization is in the direction of realization, it will lead to silence.
Yes.
But if intellectualization is not in the direction of realization, it will need to garbage.
Yes. That's what happened with the Vedas. They just added the Vedas. They added
and
added.
Because the Vedas have been manipulated. See, today you can add one Veda and say this is Veda of will Veda. No, the problem is that who is to control, who is to say which Veda is Veda, which Upanishad. Over the centuries, anybody could have added. They added the Puranas, they added mythology into it. No, they added so many things into it, which is not the essential truth.
Yes.
So that's why the importance of a guru. No, my guru taught me only the right things. He picked out only the right things. For example, Neti Neti Tattvamasi. This is what my guru taught me. And I stuck to that. I didn't stick when of course, unfortunately, my guru was dragged into so much mythology, and he was just because he was in that circumstance, he was doing it. But I refuse. Nobody can drag me into it. I refuse. I strongly refuse.
So
Anyway,
are you saying that neti neti, that is the simplest way of saying intellectualization is the neti neti reflection? Is that
that
what you
is,
say?
yeah, that is from intellectualization to realization.
So
When you
that's I see. That's what you call intellectualization, is where you use the neti neti reflection. That's what.
intellectualization is understanding neti neti and realizing I'm not the body mind, I'm the soul. But realizing is like living as the soul.
Right. So
Realizing it'll transform your life.
it's not it's not reading a book. It's actually using a reflection like the neti neti. That's what you call intellectualization. You
Reading a
don't
book
need.
can reading a book can lead to intellectualization, but Krishna told you three words: Sravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Sravana, Manana, Nididhyasana means first you read. Point one, Sravana. Second, Manana, you may contemplate. And when you read, understand, and contemplate, then you get that spark of realization.
Yes.
You know, you remember when who was Archimedes? Oh, Eureka, Eureka! He was naked. He jumped out of the tub and he ran. What was that? That was realization. He didn't know whether he was wearing clothes or he was not wearing clothes. He got I think he got the law of principle of buoyancy. I don't know. I'm not very bad in science and all these things. But yeah, I know that he got up from his tub and he ran out in the street shouting, Eureka, Eureka. Am I right? This was something he did. So, okay.
But
Will, please.
he didn't go into samadhi. That's one thing we know.
No, he didn't go into, he got an intellectual realization, but he didn't get the spiritual realization. Okay, tomorrow, Will, your questions are very interesting, so please copy them and ask me tomorrow. But to end today, Sacred True and Siba, quickly, only two questions, two quick comments. Time is over.
What
I
is the
have to close.
difference between what is the difference between bhakti and bhakti yoga?
Bhakti is you are saying Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Shiva, Shiva. This is bhakti. And bhakti yoga is you realize you are Shiva. Shivoham, Shivoham. Bhakti yoga means you become in yoga, you become in union with through your bhakti. Siba.
Okay.
Siba.
I just wanted to say, few days back you were saying someone that kabhi yoga, kabhi bhoga, kabhi yoga, kabhi bhoga. Guruji, I contemplated a lot on this message, Guruji, and then I realized I am facing this state, Guruji. So, Guruji, bless me for that, Guruji. I have stopped.
For
kabhi
that,
yoga, kabhi yoga, kabhi bhoga. I have stopped doing that, Guruji.
For that, don't hold sip with one hand. Many people, they are holding sip with one hand, and one hand is free, like a monkey is free.
No.
Hold sip with both hands. Okay. Don't hold sip with one hand. Then only it will be yoga, 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 yoga. With folded hands, I bow down to you. Those of you who are trying to ask questions, tomorrow at 8 o'clock.